Hey everyone, welcome back to Power Rangers Faerie Arcana Force. Before we get into the recap and dive into what happened last time and catch up with where the hell Trini's been, why don't we go around and do introductions, let them know who you are, your pronouns, character pronouns, and what color you are. And we will start with Simi.
Hi everyone, I'm Simi Ray, pronouns she, they, and I'm playing Noah Lane, the Green Autumn Fey Ranger, pronouns she, her.
Art.
Hello, everyone. I am Ark or Arc like Court, pronouns he, him, and I'm playing Warren Andros, Blue, Winter Fairy Arcana Force Ranger, also pronouns he, him.
Awesome. Gus.
I'm Gus. Pronouns don't care. I'm playing Bara Donavani, Yellow Summer Ranger. Yeah.
And Javante.
Howdy, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-binary fighters, and hellions of all walks of life. I'm Javante. Pronouns are he, him, and I'm playing Trini or Trina Olivet, the the our Pink Ranger, the Pink Spring Ranger.
Nice. It's pretty much sums it up.
Yeah.
And of course, I am Paige. My pronouns are she, her, and I will be playing everybody else. So last episode, after our Rangers had been victorious from their first battle, three of the four Rangers showed back up at Keno Oberon's palace in Angel Grove Park. Started a process to try to track down Trini, who was still apparently somewhere in Angel Grove, but was unable to be precisely tracked where they were pulled off to. As for the rest of you, you got a little bit of a lore dump from Tino Braun and what's going on with Queen Titania trying to get into Angel Grove and access the grid, which would be very, very bad. You guys got to test out more of your powers before going back to school the next day, only for the school to be attacked by a hag and more of the various Fey minions. And right when you thought the battle was won, she got big. Very big, breaking through the gymnasium of the school. But before we get into what happens next, we cut back to the end of that battle from the episode one as you all teleport out. And Trini, you teleport out and you wake up back in school that morning. Like at your desk. Your posse's gathered around you. You're in the homeroom. You see your students kind of just milling about. Sasha's looking at you. Are you okay? Did you get enough sleep last night? You kind of just zonked out as soon as you got in here.
I think I don't maybe I was just up late watching something.
That's understandable. We were just going over the schedule for the big pep rally today, and we also have to hold tryouts later as well for the cheerleading squad. And I think Ashley wanted to talk about homecoming. You're gonna
Give
be
me a
good.
give me a second.
Okay.
Okay.
Now I did have you roll this off screen already.
Yeah.
You definitely feel something's off in like this room. You can almost not quite see, but you just feel like it feels like a very fine film is like over the area you're in. It kind of feels like weird to move around in this space.
I'm just kind of tilt my head back, just try to reorient myself a little bit. Okay. First thing, what's the theme you're thinking of for homecoming? Go. And just keep looking around the room.
Yeah, they immediately just go into full on like they all pull out their little notebooks and start going through their spill everything. As you look through the room, give me alertness.
It's the one I didn't level up. How dare you?
If there's no skill, you gotta roll
I
disadvantage.
do have a skill. I just didn't level it up, you see.
Gotcha. You got a D2.
Yeah. That's gross. That's just a 10.
Yeah, it just seems like everyone's kind of just chatting. Um, you feel familiar with three of the other students. You were on a field trip with them, maybe? But it's like, it's very hard to grasp. You might remember, like, maybe one of them's name Noel or something, and William, maybe. you can't quite grasp, but as you're kind of looking around the room, you just see the one thing you do notice with a 10 is the teacher is just looking directly at you as everyone's kind of just milling about.
Did we go on a field trip?
Field trip? No. We were just told to wait here until we got our schedules and then head to class for the first day. Are you okay? Are you sure you're okay? Do you need to go to the nurse's office?
I think I just have a headache. You all know what my locker code is, right?
Yeah,
Could you just go and I think I have some ibuprofen in my locker. Could you go and grab that?
all of us?
I just need a bit of space for a second.
Okay, Prez, no worries. And you see the three of your little student council posse just kind of gather up and head out the door. The homeroom teacher's like, okay, bad for homeroom's over. Get your schedules, please. But as she said that, like, her eyes still don't leave you at all. She, like, turns her head, but still making eye contact with, like, where you're sitting.
Is there? Okay. That wasn't. That felt too real. I, like, check myself for any bruises that I might have still had from the what may or may not have been a dream. Just like hand on arms where the bow I had pulled the bow back.
You don't see any bruises or any like signs of battle or anything like that. The only thing you notice different about what you remember is you're wearing a pink crystal necklace that seems to be hanging from your neck. It's like one of those like old, like really thick. I don't know the shape, but you know what I'm talking about, like the crystal necklaces.
Like a pendant necklace.
Yeah.
Flick that a little. Look over at the homeroom teacher and just kind of give a like what gesture.
Nothing. She just smiles at you, and as like you hear the homeroom bell go off, and there's three friends come back in. They hand you the ibuprofen, and teacher starts getting up, handing out schedules and stuff. Um, Miss Olivet, can you stay behind, please? We need to have a conversation before you head off for the day.
Sure.
Great.
Like put on my best good girl, good class pres face voice.
Yeah, everyone clears out, and she beckons you up to her desk as she sits down and has you stand in front of her desk. So, impressive for a child to see through one of my veils already. So, why don't we just cut to the chase here? She snaps her finger, and you remember everything from the battle immediately. It starts this flood back into your brain. Why don't you grab a seat, Pink Ranger? And she gestures, and you look behind you, and there's like a fully like ornate armchair is materialized right behind you. And as you look at it and look back at her, you still see the visage of Mrs. Hilliard Oliver, but like her hair seems to like come up to points, almost like a crown has been arrayed.
I'm gonna look back at the chair and in the most Mishima way possible, she's going to sit, cross one leg over like her other, and then just rest her head on her hand. So is this some other magical BS thing?
Well, I see that my dear husband has recruited children and trying to lead them astray. So I just thought I would have a conversation with one of you. We seem to have a lot in common. We're both women of etiquette and decorum. So I just wanted to see if we could have a conversation and maybe I could offer you a better choice.
I'm all for hedging my bets. What do you have in mind?
I don't know. What do you want? You seem to value your popularity. You seem to value your place in the school. With my power behind you, you could allure everyone, not just your little crowd that you seem to have gathered around yourself.
takes like a moment and lowers her hands, just thinking about the situation. I'm not I'm not foolish enough to just take a deal that has only benefits. There's always something in the mix for somebody else. What's in it for you?
All I need's a favor.
Mm-hmm.
A favor of my choosing when I call upon you, and our deal will be complete.
I'm assuming I couldn't ask for that favor to not include hurting the other people that have the Flixer pendant again.
You mean the kids that you just met this morning? The one that you were already getting to do your homework? The random journalist kid in the burnout?
It'd look a little weird if all of a sudden the people that I most recently interacted with had some issues happen to them.
I'm sure that that could be taken care of. All I want is my husband to answer for his crimes, and I need to visit Angel Grove to do so. I just want to have a talk with him. Nothing more, nothing less. So, what do you say? Do we have a deal? And she holds her hand out. Give me an alertness with advantage.
All right. I have advantage. Oh, thank God I had advantage. That's a trying to do math quickly in my head. That is a 19.
So you remember the feeling of the grid and the Fey magic that you got when you first transformed into a Power Ranger the other day, and whatever kind of magic she has feels the complete opposite. It's almost like devoid of life, and like the magic just feels um, malignant, like it's waiting for you to activate something, something ironclad.
Oh God, you've done the exact thing I told
Oh,
Meg, which is I want to do this so bad. One queen bee to another.
Yes.
Listen, I'm fully aware that whatever if I accept any of this, that it might end up bad for me. Well, bad for others, but might put me in a better situation. So I need to show proof that whatever I do is going to be beneficial.
Show of proof. Okay. I'll return you to help out your little friends for now. They're gonna need your assistance. And you'll have your proof at school tomorrow. How's
Great.
that work for you?
Works perfectly.
So how about she feels the deal for like you literally can feel the deal in her hand like fade away and change. This one feels less than inlet. So you'll hear me out tomorrow after I prove myself to you, so to speak.
I'll hear you out tomorrow.
She's just sitting there holding her hand out.
She will take the hand and give an actual like handshake.
Your whole body pulses pink as you wake up, stand in the middle of Angel Grove Forest, fully transformed still in your pink Ranger outfit, and you feel your communicator going off. You have like a little wrist communicator that is part of your suit.
Slot it.
You see what pops up. You guys haven't met this person yet, but a little flump pops up on your screen. Uh, is this Trini?
Yeah.
King Oberon says your friends are fighting, at your school, and that we're gonna have to summon your Zords. You're needed there immediately.
That's a lot of words I don't understand.
Monster has become very, very big. You guys gotta summon robots to fight it.
Okay, that tracks. The school is. I'm so far from the school.
You can teleport. You're morphed already.
I can teleport.
Hold on. You see one of the tentacles just hit a button off to the side, and you feel yourself forcefully teleported, yeeted across space. And as you guys are watching this thing grow, a beam of pink light appears in the middle of the three of you as Trini materializes.
I can teleport? Did you guys know you could teleport?
Molecular
late.
molecular acceleration deatomization sent through light beam travels. Yeah, absolutely. Warren's still trying to like wipe the blindness that he had received
Yeah.
just before the
You've
hag.
you've gotten the effect off, but yeah, it's still you still seeing dots and like lights in the corner of your eye, as this like mist around her feet as she grows.
So what did I miss? Oh,
That
oh,
you missed that.
huh.
Glad of you to join us, but
Yeah,
You all get a similar beep on your communicators, as now you all see the little flump pop up on your screen. Hi everyone. We haven't
Heck was that?
met yet. I'm Eon. I'm Kino Brown's assistant. So you're gonna need your Zords. So just grab your morpher and focus on your season. I don't know what I really don't know how this works. Just focus your magic and your power, and it should summon something to help.
All right, do what the pancake spaghetti monster says, I guess. And I'm going to place my
Thank
hand
you,
on top.
Eon.
Yeah, as you guys, as it disappears and you reach out, like you see your communicator grows into a full bracer, and you see a little circle at the top that your crystal that's still part of your morpher can pull, or part of your suit can pull off and insert into.
Like a key.
Yeah, like a key.
Yeah, just I don't have to take it off my neck, but just
It's like one of these badge tethers. You just literally pull it and it stays attached to the suit. But yeah, as you pull it and you jab it into your guys' morpher, you all start to glow your grid power and start to feel the element that you have surround you. So as we go in order here, first, Simi, as the ground is shaken around you and leaves start to spin around you and you start to raise up in the air, you see from the distance a large green robotic figure stand up, like just fully bipedal. Very beautiful for a robot, if one could call a robot like a giant Zord beautiful, as it's just covered in like oak and leaves and stuff, and the leaves kind of gather up into like a little crown, and you see two lights go on her eyes as you see the green dryad Zord. And then the other three of you, as further up in the air, starting with our Blue Ranger, as you hear a loud lion's roar from the sky, as you look up to see a majestic, almost like feathered wing sphinx appear from. Yeah, Angel Grove's one of those cities that randomly has all the different like landscapes around from that random volcano during the Mighty Morphin area. Just like crest over, just like wings gather, and as it lands near you guys, you just hear it let out that lion's roar as you see the blue sphinx sword. Next, a gout of fire appears over the coast as you see almost like a very like Chinese looking dragon, like the very long body, kind of just start gathering over the waves in this like majestic golden color. And as it kind of like wraps around the gymnasium and just like lifts its head down towards where your character is, Gus, and just roars as you see flames crest up as the yellow dragon Zord appears. And then last but not least, descending straight, like from straight up in the clouds, as you see a very elegant, like pink swan kind of gracefully dives straight down, and right as it's about to hit the gymnasium, just kind of catch an updrift and just like float above the gymnasium as the pink swan sword arrived. And as all the swords arrive around the gymnasium, you feel yourself start to glow with the energy and are pulled up into what looks like a cockpit with a bunch of switches and buttons. It's very sci-fi and futuristic that you just seem to have an innate understanding. And you see two, almost like the Helldiver plates, you see like two places to lock your feet into, with a very familiar crystal podium in front of you.
Oedipus, the answer is man. And Warren just immediately sets the crystal in and then steps into the lock position.
You feel it lock in. It's like blue, winter, Sphinx sword, initializing, and then you see a HUD immediately appear in your vision, and you can see from the vision of this sword.
Full integration. Got it. Everybody else locked in?
Yeah, Noah's just like, all right, here we go. Take your crystal. Just...
I hope these things auto clean. I'm still bleeding enough to
Before I lock in, I'm just going to mumble. So, because I don't know if anyone else can hear me through my helmet or not. Just, boy, whatever you offer better be better than this. And I'm going to then lock in.
You definitely all hear that. Like, while you guys are in the Zords, it's like full open surround sound communication between the Zords.
Whatever who offers.
What are
Huh?
you talking about?
I can't get to my notebooks, but I'll remember that.
As you say that, Warren, a little note app opens up in your head.
like an actual sticky note.
Yeah, 100%. You can like just immediately think of what you want to type, and it types it out for you.
Can it have clip from the old 90s Microsoft Word?
Yes, Clippy is in the corner.
Yes.
You're trying to write a note. Do you need assistance?
Yes.
God.
Clippy.
The Zords, the Zords are run off of Microsoft.
We're
going
running
to
off
die.
we're running off like
Wait,
original Microsoft OS
They're
here.
running off. They're running off DOS.
Oh, we're going
You
to
guys
die.
saw the gym equipment when you appeared in the thing. He does not know modern technology yet. You're on the old system still.
This search engine uses Bing. Who uses Bing?
No,
It's Bong. It's Bong.
It's not even that. It's Ask Jeeves.
Cha-cha.
There's gonna be people watching the stream that have zero idea what we're talking about, and I feel bad.
Yeah, we're all dated ourselves pretty badly right now. But it's okay. But yeah, as you guys see your sword, you see the hag is like still towering over you. The closest sword in size would probably be the Dryad sword. It's pretty, like, you're up to like her shoulders in height, but she has her staff ready, and like her features have even got more monstrous. Like, if you've seen that hag from Baldur's Gate, that times like 100. It's just like barely recognizable as a humanoid at this point. But with that, everyone roll initiatives. Your Zords should have an initiative on the handout. And then, what did I give her for initiative? I don't think I gave her initiative. I did not. So disadvantage. Oh, what am I doing? I don't roll initiative for monsters. I just go.
What do I add to it?
It should just be a roll. There should be a stat for it on the Zord. So
13.
yeah, you just
14.
roll a 20 plus a d4, Gus, and that's your initiative.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Okay.
You just had to one up me.
So let's see what we get.
The best part is
Whoa.
I'm using the original Renegade Games D4,
Yep.
where there's a random 3 that got misprinted on the side of the 4s.
Let me,
And a random 4 printed on the side of the 3s.
Okay, so Warren.
Why not?
Warren initiative
14.
14. Noah
12.
12. Javante or
13.
Trini, I should say
13.
13, and Bara
9.
9. Okay, then Warren, in the blue Sphinx sword, what are you gonna do first?
I would like to I want to specifically attack the staff itself.
Okay.
So I want to try and like bite at the staff using the lion's pounce and then try and like fly up to try and like rend it from her hand.
Okay. Say roll with a downshift for that attack.
Okay.
Since you're trying to target something smaller.
Same. Same, buddy. Same.
That's a 20, but a crit on the d6.
Ooh. Okay. So yeah, you that like just dive at her. You feel like the wings of the Zord just kind of like close in as you jump to like give you a little bit more boost, and she goes to swat at you, and you just like bite onto the staff, and she's just like, "What are you doing? Get off!" And you just feel like you can feel the magic pulsing from this thing very heavily, but she will not let go, and she is going to try to attack you while you're holding onto this thing. So
Okay.
give me an what's your evasion?
My evasion is 14. My toughness is 17.
Okay. So this will be a downshift because it's hard to blast you while you're on it. So look the little Frankie coin here. Plus only a 12. As you can feel the magic, like you see the magic pulsing off the staff, and like it's trying to like bolt like down the side of the staff to get to you, but it's just like it can't get a good purchase, and it's just kind of like scattering around your sword.
Yes.
As we move to Trini.
I'm going to, because Trini is like, yay! She like realizing that she can fly.
You feel more graceful than you've ever been, locked into a fucking swan.
Yes,
like you feel so light
awesome.
in the air as you're like kind of just hovering over the school.
All right, let's see how high I can go, and I'm going to shoot up. Probably just about like 60 feet up, and just looking down at the hag, go, well, see if this works, and I'm going to use Gale Force.
Okay, perfect. Make your attack. You can make it with an upshift of 1 because she's very distracted right now.
Oh, good.
She kind of has a lion trying to attack her and bite into her right now.
That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 just beats her toughness. What's the damage on the Gale Force wind? And
That
what
is
is it?
2 air damage.
What does it look like as you send this gust at her?
Very Kung Fu Panda 2-esque crane. Just wings go out, flap down, and there's this arc of like pink wind that sides out and just starts bashing at her.
Yeah, it's like just coming from the sides and kind of like actually, what is your evasion, Warren?
Mine is 14, but I am also flying.
Okay. I'll pull this.
You want me to do a driving?
Yeah, give me a driving. Give me a driving roll. Do that.
Okay.
See, the better the roll, the better the result for you here.
16.
16. Okay, well, if it's 16, you're able to hold onto the staff without getting hit by any of the wind. You're kind of just like using your wings to kind of like catch the air under your wing and kind of push you away from like the cut-in parts of the attack itself. And it's just digging into like the side of her robes as you see they get shredded up by this wind. She does not
Sorry,
like that
got caught up in the moment.
She is going to slam her staff down, still with Warren attached to it, and just like turn her eyes and just make eye contact with this thing's sword. What is your willpower?
My willpower is 15.
Okay. That is a 15 on the d20 plus 5, so that is a 20. As she looks into your eyes,
I'll spend a story point to give myself plus 5.
That would
to my
still
willpower
be a
defense.
20. It will hit on the
Shit.
dot. Yep. It's worth a shot. But she looks into your Zord's eye. Why don't you let go and lend me some assistance? Go take care of the dragon. And you feel yourself want to attack Bara on your next turn.
Okay.
And as you feel yourself,
Yeah.
you feel your jaw, like as it is, feel like your jaw just dislodged from the staff. And you turn.
Yep.
And we are over to Noah.
How close am I?
Oh, you're within like I did a think of size because of big monsters. You're within your movement speed of this thing because you're all kind of like gathered around the school, like the gymnasium still.
Cool. So I want to take my bark staff,
Mm-hmm.
look at her, and just go batter up and swing as hard as possible and just send her flying.
Yeah, make an attack roll. Roll that staff attack.
Please let be nice to me. That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 just hits. Her toughness is 19. So what's it look like as you just run up and just bash her with your Bart staff?
Literally just like, because Noah has no like grace, so it's literally just just straight run, swing as hard as she can, and
You
just
just like
hope for the best.
this is a had. They're not very resilient, especially the heavy spellcaster one. This thing's very frail of a monster. So you hit it and it fully ragdolls and skips like 100 feet away from the school into like towards like downtown.
It's just the Injustice 2 Joker's crowbar.
Yep.
Pretty much. As you deal how much damage?
That is 3 blunt damage.
3 blunt damage. Perfect. Okay. What does she want to do here? She is going to use some magic on herself, I think. So let's see. You see her stand up. You see a couple of the buildings like the buildings should be like heavily damaged, but you see as she hits into them, you just see like these barriers appear with the Cranston logo appearing at like the top as like the Cranston security forces of Angel Grove activate. So there's no property damage. But you see her stand up, wave her staff around, and slam it down as she heals for, which I rolled shitty, so she only heals for 1. But you see shadows start to coalesce around her body and kind of like tentacles like wrap or like around her legs and stuff. It doesn't seem to do anything yet, but she's gathering something. And it is on to Bara.
So I don't know that Sphinx is headed my way. Right?
No, you mean you see it looking at you, but no, you don't. You have no idea.
I'm gonna try and take her out at the ankle and just like attack,
Okay.
fly right in. Yeah, actually, are they too far away to get to now? Because you said you knocked it back 100 feet,
What's your movement speed?
30 feet according to the thing.
Yeah, probably you're just gonna take a little bit to move back towards her, but you can prep an action if you would like. Also, what's the range? I think you do have a range attack. What's the range on that? So yeah, you could move up to your movement, and she would be within the normal range of your attack. Of your ranged one.
Nice. Well, then I will try that.
Yeah.
This is D6 skill, meaning D6 plus 20 or what?
Yeah, well, it's whatever the skill is plus a D20. So you would roll D20 plus a D6.
Wow. Flying towards her and unleashing a breath of fire in her general direction with a 10.
Yeah, just goes right overhead. You like the way your sword moves, you just kind of misjudge the uptick of the head and it goes straight up in the air. It's very much like old red dragon thunder sword motif with the way it kind of moves throughout the sky. But it's her turn. She's gonna make another roll to see if she finishes what she's doing. There's 16. She heals for another 1, but it does not. No, you'll see nothing more to less. Like you see some more of the tendrils are starting to like reach up to like just under her breast now, but like it still has like half of her body to like cover up with whatever she's doing. And we are back to the top of the initiative. Warren, I believe you have a command to do here.
Yeah, I am going to unleash a mystic roar at the dragon that just breathed fire at my
Yeah.
really good friend, the hag.
Yeah, it actually is like right next to you now with the movement too to get in range. So
Oh god.
Oh no.
Well, I rolled a natural 2, so no story point's going to save that one. And
Damn.
then a 3 on my D4 for a total of 5.
So yeah, you guys hear a loud roar and you see this icy energy come out and go towards Bera's sword from Warren, but it goes completely off base. Bera, you can. I'm going to make another roll against your willpower to see if you break out here. What was your willpower again?
15.
Okay. I'll let you spend that story point now.
Now I spend that story point.
Is that it's a 17, and that'll be enough. So mark off whoever's tracking them. You get 4 story points per session since there's 4 of you. But yeah, you shake it off as you feel this magic light that was pincing your mind just like release its hold with an icy burst.
She has a charm effect she could place on anybody. Sorry, Dragon Zord. That was not of my entire volition.
Roll technology for me, Warren.
You got it. It would be Morphin Grid Tech.
It would be definitely be Morphin Grid Tech. Nothing more in this game would be a Morphin Tech roll than right now in this situation.
Yeah, that's a 19, 15 on the D20, 4 on the D4.
Okay. That's a lot. I'm not even going to add that. That's definitely more than enough. You see, as you're trying to get your bearings and you're looking around the controls, you see a big red button off to the right side in like a little glass case that says Mega Sword on like the right above the thing, and you see that it's lit up now.
Does anybody else have a big red button in their cockpit that says Megazord?
So looking around my cockpit.
You all see that same button, and it's like initiate. It's where you can activate it now. You see it lit up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Eon, begin countdown. T-3, 2.
I'm just gonna hit the button.
One.
They hit the button. You feel it initialize, and you all hit the button. And as your Zord starts to transform. So let me give you guys access to the Megazords. The way this works is just whoever's turn it is can use whatever's on the sheet. Except for any once per scene stuff, then it's just whoever activates it first with approval from the others. That's how it goes. So all players, so you guys have access to the Fae Force Megazord. And I will explain what this looks like. So first, the swan just kind of dives down from the sky. The head folds backwards into the body and then kind of like breaks upward into 2 pink blades with 2 wings at the base, like where the lower back would be. Then followed by the dragon sword and sphinx sword kind of like dive in towards each other and like flattening out into each other, making the front and back of the torso. As like the left side of the body has a yellowish arm with a dragon head kind of shaped around the hand itself, and then on the right side you see like this lion's mane going up from the wrist as the blue arm kind of forms on that side, as a pair of blue wings center on the middle of the back and a pair of giant dragon wings on the very top of the shoulders. And then lastly, this kind of like folds like that sideways, and the dryad sword just kind of slots right inside the middle of it, and it closes around her form and armor around the body, and you just see the green crown kind of recede, and the lion's head go over top of the dryad's head. as you guys form the Fae Force Megasword.
Yes.
Zord has 6 wings.
It does have 6 wings.
Oh, this
Biblically
is-
accurate Megazord.
This is so cool.
I was like, well, 3 of you have winged swords. I have to make that into Megazord. Like, why wouldn't I? But yeah.
Yeah. Are we
with
all together in the cockpit, or is
Yep,
it
you
still
all
separate?
form up in the cockpit, still in the same kind of like kind of like how Cosmic Fury is, how they're all just standing in the same platform in like a diamond shape with Simi's character in the front. Simi's in the front, or Noah's in the front, Warren's in the back, and then the 2 others in the middle. You guys are in like a diamond shape with a platform in the middle that you all are facing. You ain't facing like the front of the like cockpit because you guys can all see through the senses of your Zord itself. And with that, we will move to her turn. She does not like this. She needs to roll good. There's my nat 20.
Oh,
As
yeah.
you
Yeah.
see, she steps forward, gets back within 50 feet of where you guys have formed up, and as you turn around to look at her, the shadow has completely consumed her body as she has like her own like her robes have like merged with these shadows, and like a hood has come up over her face, and you see 2 red dots as she will raise her staff and point at you. What is the toughness for the Megasword?
23.
23. Oh, that is only going to be a 15. As she sends a like, she points her staff at you, and a lance of like dark shadow just comes in right at your guys' chest. But you see that she's still gathering her power, and it just kind of like breaks apart off the breastplate of the Megazord. And we are over to Trini.
Well, that was.
So you guys all feel kind of, you don't feel like necessarily your consciences have merged, but they're very close to each other in this shared space right now. You all can kind of control the same senses.
Hmm. How is he before I do a thing? Can I tell like how hurt she looking?
How hurt is she looking?
Yeah.
She's not bloodied yet. She looks kind of roughed up, but
I will save that then.
plus you have no idea what this new
Yeah, to be
form
fair.
can do for her.
Well, I got 6 of these. I'm gonna use a wing blaster.
Ooh, okay. Give me your attack roll.
Rolling hot. That is a 21.
Hits the toughness on the dot. Her new toughness is 21 with the robe. As you just feel all Sit's wings, just kind of like the arms go up, and the Sit's wings just kind of come up on either side of the body, and they all kind of, the caps of them all open up via like the Falcon sword from the Tommy's sword, and they all have like little missile launchers on each of them. As there's just a barrage of fire, ice, and wind just cutting into her body. What's the damage on the wing blaster?
The wing blaster's damage is 3 energy damage.
3 energy damage. Perfect.
This is so cool.
This is a thing.
You hear her screech in pain, and she just slams her staff down. And as she does, tendrils start racing towards your location. She's going to use a story point. Because I get them when you spend them. So that's much better. That is a 19. What is your evasion on the Megasword?
20.
Damn. As you feel it race towards you, and like they kind of like start to surround you and start to try to latch onto you, you guys just look down and just wave all 6 wings and just boost up into the air and avoid as it tries to grab you, and you feel you see the tendrils like recede into the ground, like she was going to try to lock you in place. We move on to Noah, standing at the head of our formation here, our fearless leader. What do you want to do?
Sticking with Noah likes to hit things hard.
Mm-hmm.
I want to, since we're assuming we're still in the air, I just want to take our face sword and just drop straight down
Just like
in the
dive
corner.
bomb her with the with sword first.
Exactly.
Okay, give me that. Give me that face sword attack.
Yes.
That is a 21.
21. That just hits. Man, you guys are just hitting her toughness like just every time. What the fuck? Okay. How much damage does the face sword do? But you dive in and you don't really know where to aim. You just aim dead center because that's always a good bet, and you just feel the sword sink up to the hilt, right through her stomach, going upward towards her like shoulder, through her shoulder.
But that is 3 sharp damage.
3 sharp damage. She looks very, very weak on her last blades. She is going to try to make one more attack here because I'm rolling like shit. You know what? I rolled good with Frankie's die and attack, not because of the dice. It's because I'm rolling so many.
Because you're rolling so many of them.
It's not because of the dice's luck. It's because I'm rolling a million dice. And I'm the only one that spends our story points. Yeah, that's only a 16. She goes to swing the staff, and you just catch it in the dragon's maw. Bara, what would you like to do in this situation? Sword through her gut. Other hand, you feel the dragon sword itself clenched around the staff.
Okay. So the dragon arm is hanging onto the staff, you said?
Yeah, because the left gauntlet has like the maw around the hand. You just feel it like clench into the staff itself.
Can I try and twist the staff and see if I can't knock her in the head with the bottom of the staff as I flip it around?
Yeah, give me a might roll. I believe the Mega Sword has a might stat on there.
Did I say brawn?
It's more of
it's still a strength like wrenching.
If it's brawn, then we're gonna do a contest for it. If it's might, it's just gonna be an attack. So I'll leave it up to Bara.
Brawn is a D8 for the Megazord, and might is a D6.
I've been rolling crap the whole time, so I don't know that it's gonna matter. But let's do a contested, then we'll.
Okay. So I will make a might roll with her because she doesn't have brawn.
Yep.
It'll be a.
There we go.
What is it? It's a D6 for her. What do you roll?
I can't roll above like a 6.
We're gonna use the bid dice because little dice are not doing good.
What does the story points do?
It lets you re-roll one of the die.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use one to re-roll that D20 if I can.
Yeah, go for it.
Come on. Oh, Jesus. Nope. Bear's asleep.
What's the total? What's the total that you rolled?
Do I use the first or the second?
The second.
The second.
8.
Not great. It's better than a 6. As I used my dice and just a big fuck staring back at me from the dice. As you swing the staff around and you just like hit her right in the windpipe, and her body falls down, but you guys follow her down and the sword just digs deeper, and as she cries out in her death, you just see she looks up at you and these red eyes stare into you, and in only your head, Trini, see you tomorrow. As her body just disintegrates into like shadowy wisps, and the sword just is back in your hand.
Did we kill it by falling on it?
It was a lot. There's several points.
I don't really know what's going on right now.
And with that, I think we'll take our break. We'll be back in about 10-15 minutes all, and see you guys in a little bit. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Power Rangers Faerie Arcana Force. Our Rangers have successfully won their first sword battle, transformed into their Mega Sword, and kind of just fallen on the thing with the sword first. Works, I guess. But we are going to cut away to the next day at school. So you guys demorph, Zord goes back to where they are. You all head home for the night, wary from your battles. And you all show up in your homeroom the next day.
Didn't ring on my phone.
So, guys, we gonna talk about that? Y'all all good
About
from yesterday?
do we,
You
do
know,
we
big
heal?
giant monster.
Yeah, you heal overnight.
Just like
Everybody
looking
good
around
from?
to see if there's like anybody paying attention to our conversation.
The girls in your group are kind of just discussing details right now for tryouts for the week. So they're not really actively paying attention. The rest of you don't really have groups in the homerooms. It's just the three of you, I think, just grouped up after the first day.
Who promised you something?
Yeah, can we cycle back to that?
I turned my pink
On this
notebook around, and it even has a little sketch of Clippy on it.
Yeah, when you got back to your house that night, your whatever notebook you had for Trini just had that entry already in there for you.
Did you buy it? This notebook haven't be specifically pink for me.
I have notebooks for everybody.
They're color coded. Don't question it.
You see in the pink notebook or the entry it shows you do see Clippy kind of just bouncing up and down the notebook.
I got talked to by some kind of regal looking lady. Said she'd offer me something I would want in exchange for a favor.
Not
Did she
good
give you a
enough.
name?
She did not.
She didn't.
And what is this favor?
Something of her choosing at some specific time that she decides. Literally, that's how she said it. I don't know.
It couldn't be more vague if it tried.
I mean,
And
I get
Bara
it.
actively avoids the police.
Slow turn over to that.
You made a deal.
I did not make a deal. I didn't make the deal yet. I made the deal to have a conversation with her later today. That's the deal that I made. I didn't make a deal with that initial one because I'm not stupid. I make deals like that all the time. So at least I know that we think alike.
You really want to get
You
into
know
a
what?
deal with you?
Oh no, I never said I wanted to get into a deal with anybody like me because I know how we think. Problem is, I don't know how the whole magic stuff works. It is magic, right? Points over to Warren.
It can be classified in that way. It's an energy signature that's not exactly like delineated or understood when it comes to modern scientifics.
Could be a grid tech roll, Warren.
This is how it feels to be on the opposite end of Dior.
This is how it feels to be on the opposite side of the table from Arc.
Oh.
23 with a crit on the D6.
Yeah, you didn't go to bed last night. You kind of
No.
deep dove into a lot of this stuff, especially after the whole vague deal thing that was mentioned. From what you were able to dive into with your connections to the grid and just trying to like immerse yourself into it, and even talking to Eon a little bit throughout the night because Eon's always up. The grid is just this like massive energy source that permeates the multiverse that Ranger's able to tap into with the colors that they're aligned to. When the Arcanites established themselves in Angel Grove, it opened up a connection to like the mystical side of that, which is like how King Orbon said, is how he was able to come into this realm and escape the Feywild. So your power, like the Arcanites started to dive into it, and they would experiment with spellcraft and to really try to pull that more into the grid. And their stuff was a lot more like experimental in nature. They had to like craft on the spot and try to think up stuff and like draw these rituals out to use their magic. You feel like the more you guys grow in your power, you guys are more in tune with magic itself as it is starting to mix now with the grid.
Yeah. And that's what I tried to explain in layman terms, Warren layman terms, of like, yeah, it's an entire energy signature that's existed for an expansive amount of time and has been thoroughly connected with all living entities and all living beings and all living sources, but has never actually been tapped into.
Warren.
Yeah.
Yes
Breathe.
or no?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I don't understand magic, energy signatures. I do understand the idea of nobility and what nobility can get you, because nobility is the queen bee of the world.
Well, it's a queen to a god.
As you guys are talking, the PA system goes off. Greetings, students. This is your principal, Principal Williams speaking. Just a few announcements before you start your day. We were talking to the mayor today, and we decided to really go all out for homecoming this year. We got a little more of a expanded budget from a donor recently. And we talked with the mayor, and we felt it was a good time to really explore the school's connection again with the city, and we were going to be throwing a homecoming parade. As part of that, I will need you hear like static for a second, Miss Olivet, to come to my office at the end of the day, as you have been elected to head the parade committee and will be riding at the front of the parade.
Right on cue.
You get to lead a parade.
Yep.
Fun.
That's
I mean,
interesting.
It's mostly just nice to get your face out there. A little bit of minor networking.
How did you meet the
Sounds
mayor?
horrifying.
Just, I have ways. Friends.
When did you meet her?
Friends. And play date luncheon.
Got a like young up and coming
What?
student thing last year. You got to have lunch with Mayor Hentz.
Writes this down in the Trini notebook.
Before I go though, because I'm going to assume that this is going to be about. Obviously, you're going to try to tell me not to accept this deal. Give me a reason. I need something besides meta physical fate of the universe shit. I don't care about. That's
We
not
all
tangible to me.
know about it, so you'll have 3 new powerful enemies.
Because deals with fairies never work out well.
Which means we're all screwed anyways, but you'd be doubly screwed.
That part.
If you truly believe that this is something that is going to be for the betterment of the other people around you, then I would say to do it. If you believe that it's just something that's a betterment for you at the consequence of other people around you, then it's not worth it.
I've only ever done stuff for the betterment of myself, but I'll take that into consideration.
Not true.
How so?
Well, you worked with us to protect the rest of everybody from the school who was on the field trip against the sprites.
I was also on the field trip. They got out, they hurt me.
But you protected others.
a necessary consequence of what I was doing.
Collateral damage is only collateral damage when it means a negative impact. You did a good thing. You're a good person.
I'm going to roll on that, stand up, and is going to head to the principal's office.
Bara's just smiling at words, launching attack.
Yeah, you get to the principal's office. You see Principal Williams just sitting behind his desk. He's like, "Oh, Miss Olivia, come on in." He's like an older gentleman, kind of bald, and just looks on like the very far end of his prime. Very tired, running a high school. Grab a seat. So, like I said, we received an anonymous donation last night. It's going to help out a lot of the school, especially since the gymnasium's kind of broken again.
That's crazy.
Yeah, every time there's a new set of rangers, my school gets broke. But the donor has graciously decided to fix the school up, made some improvements around, and is gonna go all out for our homecoming this year to try to just give the students something to celebrate, with the park being expanded, and just to get their minds off the new chaos that seems to be brewing here in town. You have been our school president for the last few years now, so of course we want you at the head of the parade committee and leading the first float in the parade.
No, I'm more than happy to do that.
Do you have any ideas for themes? Here's your budget, and he gives you a check, a blank check for $25,000.
Oh, oh, oh.
I will
That's
need.
that's a
I
reaction from
will.
me.
I will need receipts.
Of course. You know I'm always looking to give you receipts for stuff that I get. As far as the theme, there's a part of her that like cringes inwardly at what she's about to say. You know about like the Fae court stuff, like winter, spring, summer.
Like Dresden Files.
I
I
She
think I
thinks about
watched
it.
that on Sci-Fi like ages ago. It's a good show. I remember that. I think I remember a little bit from that.
Yeah, so like I guess seasonal themed, but like royal seasonal
That could be interesting. We could try to tie it to Homecoming too.
themed. Hmm.
Yeah, I love that. Fully run with that. Do you have anyone in mind for your committee? Is it gonna be like the normals that Sasha and he like looks at his notes that he has on you? He also has a pink notebook on his desk. Sasha, Ashley, and Tiffany, I believe.
Bites her tongue a little. I actually was intending to have them work with me specifically, but as far as the official committee and for who I want some ideas to be run through,
Mm-hmm.
I figured I should give some new people to the whole idea of school spirit a chance to really shine and have their artistic abilities on full display.
What do you have in mind?
I was thinking, and again, there's like a part of her that as she's saying this, she is visibly like cringing a little, but she's like, no, this is the right thing to do. I'm doing the right thing. Um, I was thinking that we could have Warren and Bara and Noah help out.
From your homeroom?
Yeah,
Yeah, let me see. He goes and grabs 3 files. Like, oh yeah, Warren's an exemplary student, straight A's across the board. Yeah, he would be a great addition. Seems like Noah here helps out a lot on the journalist club, the newspaper, and the yearbook. So I see. Are you sure about? He grabs the last file. It's like this thick.
I think she takes on
Um,
like the president form.
Bara's the kid who stole my car last year.
Yes, I think that giving him a role of responsibility will help him improve societally.
We're talking about the same kid, right? The kid that just showed up today with the bright neon mohawk.
Yes, yes. You have to admit he has a sense of artistic style and flair that I think represents the diverse group of our school.
Hmm. It's the biggest problem child we've had here since the people who run the juice bar now, but
When they're societally successful, they have it's like we're about to say thriving, working business.
suppose if he I just don't let him near anything flammable
I promise I will not let him near
or
anything
valuable.
flammable, or I can't necessarily promise valuable, but I will try my best to make sure that it is not too valuable.
I'm gonna regret this. It's fine.
It's all on me. If anything happens, it will go on to my head first.
Okay. Take this note to Mrs. Oliver. Let her know that the four of you have the day off classes. You will need to catch up from your teachers, any work you missed. But to get started on this, we want to make a good impression to whoever this donor is. If we can get more, that would be great. So I really want to go all out with this.
Fantastic. Will do. Anything else you need from me?
Yeah, one more thing. Came in. Do you mind closing the door? This is gonna be a little more private.
Sure. As she closes the door.
And as you turn around, the hair is spiked up.
Was wondering when that was going to happen.
Yeah. Had to let them get the logistics out of the way for you. Didn't want to interrupt. It'd be rude. So,
You're going to have to sweeten the pot somehow. I have a flying robot.
flying robot can give you a lot more than that. You've just started to delve into your magic.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot you could do with that. And she sends you pictures, like you see like literal pictures of like ships through the astral sea, like spelljammer ships fully flying through like this weird mish of like magic and void, and you see like all these fanatical creatures.
Huh.
Could be
That
yours to command. I do need an envoy.
she clicks her tongue a little. An envoy.
Yeah, and you even made the parade in our honor. I'm so touched. You definitely have a sense of flair that I love to see.
See her slowly pull her hand out, like it's just right here. And right before your like her hand comes
Mm-hmm.
up, she just the term envoy implies I'm under you.
I am a queen, darling. You are a child.
I'm a queen too. And the difference is you're a queen where you're from. Bitch, this is my house.
Very well. I'll be seeing you soon. And
By the way, who sent the donation?
it's for you to find out. And the hair drops and he just passes out at his desk.
You calmly open the door to the principal's office and confidently walk back into the homeroom.
Yeah, you guys are still in there. Get into the bell rings as you guys are getting ready to like grab your stuff, and you see Trini enter the room with a note in her hand.
Yep. Just hold out my hands to all of you. Just
Uh,
we have business.
yeah, the teacher heads are. Is everything okay? What the
Just
principal wanted?
hold the note out for the teacher.
She looks at Bara, looks at the note. Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. I'll let your teachers know. I'll have your homework that you guys missed today on my desk tomorrow morning.
Righty. Good news to the three of you. She places her hands on her hips in a very like authoritative manner. You're gonna help me with the homecoming stuff, especially with this parade.
Did hell freeze over?
Maybe a little bit. Don't worry, I'll have the design stuff. And she like, you see her have like her phone already out sending messages to the hive. I have most of the design stuff being headed, but I'm going to need your artistic liberties, freeform style of thinking, and journalistic integrity to make sure that this seasonal courtly theme goes off without a hitch. You were muted, or
I don't have like creative expression.
that is an outright lie, but it's okay. Because apparently I have more integrity and I care more about the people around me than I thought I did. She slowly blinks.
Busy day for you.
I already knew that though.
You better make this worth me not taking that deal, or I'm going to make your life after school a living hell.
Is there anybody else in the room or area that we're in?
I mean,
GM?
you guys are still in the homeroom right now. You haven't left the classroom yet. You do see students start to file in, and she does teach a class there too, besides homeroom.
She just gestures for you to follow.
I pull out the other phone, GM.
Mm-hmm.
This is the extent of artistic expression. I'm gonna set off the light show that I put at Ranger Point
Nice.
that says the Rangers are back, and there's a live feed going from
Give me a
Nevermore.
give me a morphin grid roll.
Natural 20 and 4 on the D4.
Already got over 100K viewers within like a minute of it going live on the channel.
But nobody knows, and I like to keep it that way.
Was expecting.
The extent of your artistic liberty is an amazing display of lights and pyrotechnics and lasers.
Nevermore is only one person, and that's me.
Uh-huh. Now you have 3 other people to help make it awesome.
To help Warren.
No one can hear this conversation.
We're walking through the hall.
You're just
If
walking through the
anybody's hearing
hallway.
you.
I mean, everyone's in class except for the 4 of you right now.
They'll be helping Warren, not Nevermore.
Mm-hmm.
Warren doesn't have artistic expression. He's like he's now like almost pale, like sweating, like
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can say something to any of Angel Grove PD and I am screwed kind of like face.
So think of it in this way. I have gotten us the ability to have meetings by ourselves without the school getting involved to talk about the things that we are experiencing and how to better the world around us as rangers. All I ask in return, she clenches her teeth a little, is that Nevermore and Warren and Noah, and for the love of God, Bara, if you fuck this up, somehow you were the one that had the most trouble with me getting you involved in this. How many things have you gotten in trouble with at the school?
What does that have to do with volunteering to run a parade?
There's expensive stuff. I have a check for $25,000 to use as I see fit for this.
All right, I'm in.
There you go. $25,000 could afford a
I
lot
can.
of pyrotechnics.
That's what I was just gonna say. I'm in charge of pyrotechnics.
I was warned to
No.
not let you involved with anything flammable. So can you promise me that nothing expensive will be set on fire that isn't supposed to go up?
I can make sure of that.
Yes, I can make that promise. Positively.
It's Barbara. Something is going to explode.
I'm fine with it as long as it's supposed to.
I can make sure the explosion is controlled.
Perfect. And, like I said, journalistic integrity. If anybody knows how to make something work, flow, and make sense in theme and idea, it's going to be you.
Yeah, you're right.
And it also means that we have an entire length of time in order to discuss the other end of our job, which I may have made worse because I may have possibly pissed off the queen.
You say, as you guys reach the gymnasium, which is kind of the direction you were walking in, brand new, already fully built, 3 times the size. Like, you'd fit like 4 NBA courts in this gymnasium now.
Huh? Nice.
And you already see some just general like drawing boards and like stuff set up in the middle for you guys with some chairs that they already set up for you. But yeah, as you guys enter in and start to plan out the parade, camera is gonna pan off to the mall. You see Sasha, Ashley, and Tiffany kind of like going over the messages you sent them about like homecoming and stuff. You're like directing them more towards like the tryout, handle the tryouts themselves and get the actual dance stuff set up while you handle the parade. And you see 2 of them go off, and it just shows Sasha sitting there alone. Is approached by an older woman, like drop dead gorgeous, mid-40s, like think Scarlett Johansson type esque woman. Sits down and has a conversation with Sasha. And as the camera pans off, you see the back end of her hair spike up.
Ah, fuck me.
And that's where we'll end tonight's episode. But yeah, thank you all for joining us for our first Mega Sword fight and some Fae bullshit already starting to materialize. When we go around, we'll go in reverse order. Introduce yourself again, tell them where they can find you on the interweb, and then anything you want to promote. And because Gus usually has the least of this, Gus, why don't you go first?
I was gonna do a thing. Somebody else go first because I forgot and I have to find it.
Okay, then we will move over to Javante.
Howdy, I'm Javante. You can normally find me on quite a few different channels. So let's see. Tomorrow I am DMing Outgunned Blood and Thunder on Wanderer's Haven. We're on episode 2, so come and check that out. Bi-weekly Mondays, you can catch me on Arclight Courts channel where I play Dior the Black Ranger. You can find me here doing Trini as the Pink Ranger. You can, if you want to do off-stream games, you can find me on my little Nostalgia Games channel where I'm running my own Power Rangers game. If you want to be involved in a streamed game of mine, I have a casting call up for Changeling Through the Hedge, which is a World of Darkness Changeling the Lost game that I'm super excited to run as my first streamed game on my own channel. Super nervous, but I'm very excited to finally get going with that. And there's more projects coming in the future.
Okay, perfect. Are you ready now, Gus?
I'll have to start next time. Dang, I forgot.
Okay,
I've been busy trying to move. I'm
you're
Gus.
good.
You could find me here every other week. That's about it. But all done.
Perfect. Love it. Arc.
Hello, everyone. I am Arc, or Arclight Court, your Gridmaster, Lore Keeper, and Lighthouse Watcher, and Beacon unto all. Every second and fourth Monday on my channel at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, or 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you can catch Arcanites, a Power Rangers actual play series featuring 2 of the wonderful people here, which would be the wonderful Paige and Javante, playing as Rangers in Arcanites. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, and the Mondays that I'm not streaming Arcanites, you can catch me on my channel, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, talking Power Rangers, building Rangers, telling you lore, all the super fun Super Sentai stuff and Tokusatsu hero things. Yeah, all over the internet at Arclight Corp. The best way to keep up with what I am doing is Instagram at Arclight Corp.
Perfect. And Simi.
Hi y'all, I'm Simi Ray. You can find me everywhere at SimiRay1. You'll find me here. Also, I am about to start a thing called Enchanted Edibles, where I make food from across the pop culture realm, movies, games, your favorite anime. Ark has told me to make him his steak sandwich from Sword Art Online first, so that will be coming in April.
And it was a little staticky. Simi's making cool food stuff from anime. Go check out their socials, SimiRay1. We'll plug it more when their camera's not and mic's not breaking up.
When their power's not busy going in and out.
Yeah,
the
we
entire
got
time.
you.
We got you, Simi. We got you.
Everyone, I am Paige. You can find me all over the interweb at Pluto Cleric. I am a queer, trans, non-binary streamer and game master on a quest to run every game in the known universe. The next thing I have going on Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern here on my Twitch channel, it will be the next one shot for the Pluto Play series where I run through different systems, and we are going to be playing the Avatar: The Last Airbender RPG with Gizmos Aplenty, Discount Bard, and Captain Schwarmy. So tune in for that. I will be role playing a very particular character from season 1. One of my favorite characters on the Avatar cartoon. So definitely tune in for that. It's going to be a fun time. Obviously, on rotating Tuesdays with this game, same time, I run a Monster of the Week campaign based on the Hades video game. And last session left 2 of the 4 players with 3rd-degree burns after combat. So it's going great so far. They kind of forgot it was a horror game. It's okay. They're doing great. They're still alive. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. And then other fun stuff upcoming for the next couple months. So just keep an eye on the socials. But beyond that, we will see you guys next time. Have a good night.